All right, so we're going to start with our cover letter. So first thing, of course, what we need is our name and information up here somewhere. Traditionally, if it's like a business letter, it will have your name and address. In this case, kind of modern times, we would want to put like our contact information, the same as what we did on the resume. So name and email and phone number, so on. In this case, I guess if you don't want to get too fancy, you can just put it on the right side here. There's a number of ways to accomplish this. You can just tab over and then just start writing your name and stuff and like that. So that is one way that you can do it. What you could also do, delete that, is put a header on. So to do a header, we're just going to go insert header like this, and then we can put like that, vsb.vc.ca, phone number and other info. And maybe we want to make this one, actually let's like center the whole thing. So centered, make our name a little bigger, and oops, what happened there? Kind of like that. And that could work. That could work just fine. All right, so let's get on to our letter. When we are doing the cover letter, first we want to talk about what are we applying for, and then we want to talk about what experience we have and how does it fulfill the job description or requirements. And then finally we want to thank. Okay, so first I guess the first thing that we need is actually the job description. So I went and found a couple. So I went on to Tim Hortons here and just searched Vancouver, and so there's lots of jobs. We're not going to be supervisor probably at this stage in our career, so let's just be a team member. It's at looks like Metrotown there, 4700 Kingsway. That's easy for me to get there. Let's go into that job description. Join our team as we're looking for team members. Top priority is guest satisfaction, etc., etc. Okay, so here are the job requirements. In this position, you will greet and welcome guests with hospitality. Okay, complete guest orders, including coffee, iced cap donuts. Create delicious sandwiches and wraps. Okay, follow Tim Hortons standards and guidelines when preparing products for the guests. Have fun while making your guest day. Frontline in providing exceptional guest experience, which they capitalize through the delivery of exceptional products and service. And so this is kind of more about the job. Here's some more criterias. Passion and energy for guest service, creating friendly, fast, exceptional guest experience. Enjoy working with a successful team in a safe environment. Have a strong work ethic and are committed to your team, ensuring a clean and organized environment that exceed our guest expectations. And have a presentation level that is consistent with providing an exceptional guest experience. And then physical demands, walking and standing for a long period of time, able to lift and carry up 20 kg, operate large and heavy equipment, receive large deliveries up to twice weekly, transition between cold and hot. Okay, so, and that's about it, just a company info. Okay, so I think we can conclude that having good customer service is really important, and then they just want to make sure strong work ethic, teamwork. Okay, so those are all things that we can get into in our cover letter. All right, so let's go back to our letter here. And so first you need a greeting of some kind. Easiest is just to say, "Dear hiring manager." If you can find out the name of the person who is going to be looking at this letter, that's even cooler, but "Dear hiring manager" is a good kind of generic one. Some people like to say "Dear sir" or "Madam." That's also fine. I don't think it matters actually that much. Okay, so what are we applying for? I am applying for the position of, and then make sure that you get the name of the position right so that they know what you're trying to apply for. So team member at 4700 Kingsway. Okay. team member at 4700 Kingsway. Okay. And so, okay, that's done. Okay. But, it's a bit short for the first paragraph, so we can just add some, filler here. I have always loved Tim Hortons and can't wait to, what should we say? Can't wait to offer a great experience to other Tim Hortons customers. All right, so first paragraph. Okay, now next paragraph, what experience do we have? And so for this, you might turn to your resume and see what's on your resume, those kinds of experiences in, leadership, organization, and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this. No. This part right here, the qualifications, and we'll just copy that into our thing here. And you can see I already did that. That way, you just it's easier to see exactly what you're trying to respond to with the cover letter. Okay, so I'm gonna do a few different versions here. Okay, so the first version is if, for example, you do have some actual experience with customer service. For example, if you volunteered at the event that I was looking for volunteers earlier this year, you might write something like this. So through my volunteer work at with the BC Technology Educators Association, I have some excellent customer service skills, customer service experience during the annual conference of that organization. I was a frontline volunteer helping direct attendees and answering questions with a friendly smile and a positive attitude throughout. I was a hardworking member. Okay, so that gets to, guest experience and customer service. Got that. I also mentioned hardworking, I believe. Yep, hardworking. And it doesn't say anything about positive attitude, but I think for any job you can say that positive attitude is a benefit. So never hurts to throw that in. I was a hardworking member of the team, of the volunteer team, of the team, maybe throughout the volunteer experience, something like that. Working together with many other students as well as the teacher to ensure a top-notch experience for all attendees. So then the teamwork thing is checked off. We kind of mentioned these things. We don't really have that. That's okay. We hit most of the points, and so we can just kind of close it off by saying, I believe that my hard work, positivity, and enthusiasm will make me a great team member at Tim Hortons. So there we go. I think so. This is those people who came to volunteer, they literally volunteered for like 4 or 5 hours just the morning, and like we can get an entire cover letter out of that. Everything I've said here is absolutely true, no lies at all. I mean, we are kind of we are kind of taking the things that we did and trying to, our goal here is to try and get hired, try and make the person who's reading this think that we are good, which we are. That's why we volunteered at this thing. So yeah, something like this. For some of you who have other volunteer experience and, maybe actual work experience, this will be no problem. You'll be able to get lots of stuff. But even if you have just that little 1 day experience, you can get something out of that. That looks pretty good, actually. What if you didn't have that? What if you don't have any kind of volunteer experience? Let's do another version of this paragraph, but this time, say if you are a member of a club or a team, or in this case, let's say a band. Okay, so let's delete that and whoops. And let's do this. In my participation in the Van Tech concert band through the past 3 years. Notice that in the other one, the volunteer one that I just did, the conference, I didn't say that how long I've been doing it because literally it was just a 1 day thing. But here I can say, yeah, I've been doing it for 3 years. So it shows some kind of commitment and that I'm willing to stick to things, right? I have been a dedicated and hard-working member of the, say, oboe section. I try and learn my parts quickly as quickly as I can so that I can help the band strive for excellence. Okay, so what do we have here? Mostly it's the hardworking part. Yeah, and so, okay. Let's try and talk a little bit more about the team. I mean, I did a little bit. I can help the band strive for excellence. So, yeah, I'm a good, band member. But let's see if we can add something here. I try to be a good leader in the oboe section, always ready to help my fellow oboists. Don't know how to spell that word. With challenging passages or equipment problems. Notice I didn't say that I'm the oboe section leader. If you are the oboe section leader, even better, you definitely should put that there. But hey, I'm just a guy in the oboe section, so I could say this. Have I ever helped my fellow oboists? Sure. Yeah, maybe once or twice. So okay, I put that there. And equipment, sure, maybe I helped someone once or twice. I'll put that there too. Let's see if we can get something about the guest service, customer service. That's really important to them. So let's add one more sentence. When we perform, I am committed to making sure our audience, or should we say guests? We should say audience, our guests. Yeah, use the same terminology as them. Make sure our guests have an outstanding experience. Like, honestly, it's not really customer service, but I mean, we can throw the word guest in there, so why not? And then I think we can end off with the same sort of sentence that I used before to end off, which was right there. My hard work, positivity, and enthusiasm will make me a great team member at Tim Hortons. And there we go. We have our kind of experience section of the cover letter. So obviously, if you are in some other group, this kind of paragraph would apply quite well for like sports teams. Probably clubs might work as well. Clubs, you may not have as much like guests have an outstanding experience. Teams you might have that, right? Because people come to see you. But that's okay. You kind of just work with what you have and kind of do what you can and make something that makes yourself sound pretty good. Okay, what if you're not on a team or a band or a strings or orchestra or whatever? What can you do there? Let's say that you're in a solo sport or so you have a solo hobby or something like that. Let's go with martial arts. Okay, so having studied Taekwondo at East Van Taekwondo for the past 4 months. It's not a long time, but not a short time, I guess. I have practiced skills. Practiced skills that I think will make me a great fit to become a team member at Tim Hortons. Let's say something about hard work. So hard work is so generic that literally, not this part. The hard work, literally everything you do, you can say, yeah, I'm hardworking. That's not true necessarily about teams and about customer service. So those are a bit trickier. But hard work, literally whatever you do has hard work. So let's say practicing martial arts takes hard work, discipline, and confidence. So they don't mention discipline and confidence in the job description or the qualifications, but I mean, these are kind of generic positive qualities that are good no matter what. So we'll throw them in. And let's just say often we spend hours practicing one single skill, executing a technique hundreds of times to get it absolutely perfect. And we can say then the attention to detail and commitment to excellence are directly transferable to the role at Tim Hortons. And so there. The part about attention to detail, spending hours practicing one skill, whatever, that's also not in there. But guess what? Attention to detail, also a great generic skill that everybody needs in whatever job they're at. And so we'll throw it in. This is what we can say about like martial arts, so we'll say it. It doesn't give us necessarily the guest service. It doesn't necessarily give us the team thing because it is kind of a solo thing. I mean, you're in a class, so maybe you could say that, but yeah, it doesn't necessarily give us all that, but we can have these other kind of generic skills that are good too, the discipline and the attention to detail, etc. Okay, let's do one more. And let's say you literally you take no lessons, you are on no teams, you are part of no groups at all. What can we do there? Okay, let's see. I have a positive and hardworking in group projects at school. I always make other group members feel valued and welcome. I always carry out the tasks that are assigned to me to the best of my ability. Okay, so what have we done here? We're doing the team thing. Okay, so group projects, that's a team. And I always make other group members feel valued and welcome. I'm sure everyone is doing that. If you're not, you should. Next group project, please do that. I always carry out the tasks that are assigned to me best of my ability. So there's the hardworking part, right? Hardworking part. And what else can we put? That's a bit thin. Let's add something else. Let's add in my family as well. I help maintain an organized and clean environment. Okay, and so that gets at what? Yeah, clean and organized environment. There we go. So, yeah, I mean, it is just about your family, but hey, we can throw that in. So why not? And then we can end off with our regular ending little sentence there, and just throw that there. And so there's your paragraph. Honestly, you know, we've done something here, we've put something there, but it's not as good as if you do have other experiences that you can draw on. So again, if you can do some other stuff, extracurriculars or whatever, please do that. Those are really useful skills that you can get. Okay, and so what do we do? The next step is just to say thanks, and so we can say something generic like "Thank you for considering my application to become a team member at Tim Hortons." You know, we just said that here. So if you just said it in the previous sentence, you might want to change this a little bit. So that you're not just repeating yourself. We'll leave it here for now, just as a generic thing. You can only, I usually like to say something like, "I look forward to hearing from you, and you can reach me at your phone number or your email address." And yeah, okay. And then you can say "sincerely" and your name, just like that. Delete this stuff at the bottom. Okay, and it's done. If you are actually printing this out and signing it, you want to leave yourself a little bit of extra space here so you can put your signature. Otherwise, if you're kind of sending it by email, you can just do it like this, and that's fine. And so there is your cover letter. All right, that's it for this lesson. We'll see you in the next one.